Hello, welcome to another boxing predictions video. This is Gennady Golovkin, Antonio Rubio. So, last night I read an article regarding Gennady Golovkin's next fight, and he's scheduled to fight in October against Antonio Rubio. I know Rubio from his fights with Gennady in 2009 and with Julio Chavez Jr. as well. Personally, for this fight, if it does happen, there's no actual confirmation date or venue or stuff like that, but we do know it obviously will be for WBA and RBO middleweight belts, which are held by, of course, Golovkin. So if this fight does take place, it would be a good test for Golovkin because, yeah, he's had some good fights so far, interesting fights, nothing really a danger. But even though he will beat Rubio, is quite a solid fighter. He's got a good chin, he's got a good punch. Not necessarily anything to really worry Golovkin, but he's going up gradually in levels to the better opposition. I mean, Gennady Golovkin was a good attempt, obviously, to ruffle Golovkin and see what he's made of. But obviously, you see with that fight that ended so quickly, you couldn't really say if that was a good fight or good test for Glil because it's just a knockout for Golovkin. So going on to Rubio, like I said, he got outclassed by Chavez in 2011, I do think it was, against obviously Chavez Jr. Chavez was way too big, but then again, I said in one of my previous videos, Chavez Jr. is far too big for the middleweight division, and I think he needs to go up maybe 2 weight classes because he's far too big. Luckily, he still managed to really get down on the weight, but he rehydrates ridiculously amounts. But like I said, if he does fight Rubio, it'll be a good test, and if he does eventually, when he does eventually beat Rubio, I do think he should go on to fight the likes of Chavez Jr. if that could be made possible. Other people as Emilio Cotto, but then again, like I said in my other video, that might not happen. But at the same time, that's a bigger test because think about it. Apart from Daniel Glil, not really. Maybe Curtis Stevenson, but he's more of a fringe contender. I don't really know much about him. But at least he got a good background with Antonio Rubio because not everybody, but a few people do know his name in America. I've heard his name mentioned a couple of times as well, and yeah, he's not going to beat Golovkin, of course, but it'll be a test. Like I said, he did fight for a world title 2 times before. Kenny Pavlik, back when he was champion in 2009, just got blasted out. Kenny Pavlik was a huge puncher in the middleweight division, one of the biggest I've probably seen in recent memory. There's no way he's going to win that fight because Pavlik's got that one punch power to just decimate any middleweight at that current point. Same with Chavez Jr. Not a knockout one. He's not a knockout artist, but he's got a heavy punch, and his size and his weight advantages always dominate his other opponents. So he's probably be unlucky on those 2 separate occasions because they are 2 obviously elite fighters. And if it was a lesser fighter, Rubio might have been able to capture a title belt. But then again, there's so many title belts going around now. There's like a super version of it, a regular version, instant version. I'm surprised Rubio has even captured one of those yet. I do think he's held a lesser significant belt, but I'm not sure. I have to probably research that and find out a bit more about him. But like I said, it'll be a good test for Golovkin if he does fight him. Personally, I wanted Golovkin to fight Chavez Jr. with Cotto, but obviously that's few far between. It might happen next year or maybe a year after for Chavez Jr.'s case, but we'll see what happens. But like I said, it'll be a good test for Golovkin, and hopefully he can come past it like everybody will know he can. This has been my Golovkin, Antonio Rubio review. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video.